I know that we probably have worked with CASA in some capacity, with clients as we've gone along, but we're happy to be here with you all today to share some information. We have a lot of programs and we continue to grow. So Jan and Monique are here with me because they have programs that serve Middle Tennessee as well. And so I wanted to not only talk about the prevention trainings that my team does, but also let them share what their teams do as well. So again, my name is Brittany Ballard. I'm the statewide training program manager with Tennessee Voices. So I oversee our prevention training programs, and I'll let Jan and Monique introduce themselves as well.
Good afternoon. Like Brittany said, my name's Jan Wood, and I am the program manager of two programs at Connecting Forward. I'm sorry, at Tennessee Voices. One of my programs is Connecting Forward, and then the other one is FAST. And so I'll talk about those in just a few minutes. And Monique, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Absolutely. Hi, happy Friday, everyone. So my name is, my name is Monique Jenkins, and I'm a program manager here at Tennessee Voices. The programs that I serve are in-home, intensive in-home programs, as well as a couple of other programs that I will talk to you guys about when Brittany gives us the okay to talk. And then we'll be happy to let you all know about as many programs as you're interested in this Middle Tennessee area. Like Brittany said, we have an abundance of programs that I think that you would be able to refer your families to us. All right, Brittany, back at you.
Awesome. Thanks, ladies. So I'm going to try to share my screen here. Oh, it says that I don't have that option.
Okay, Sarah Glasscock, I see you. Do you know what I might need to do to give Brittany that option? Or anyone else that might be, let me see here.
I do. You should be able to just click on their name in the participants, and then there should be like a little 3 dot that should give them host capabilities.
Do I need to make her a co-host?
Yeah, that should work.
Okay, thank you so much. Is that working, Brittany?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you, Jocelyn. I appreciate it.
Alrighty. Let me know if you all can see my PowerPoint here.
We can see it.
Awesome. Now my screen's frozen, so technology, right? If we can't get this going, I can just talk about it, but
That's working.
you all need to see. Well, no. Hold on. Sorry, you all.
I can see it.
Okay. Can you see the full screen, or is it like the presenter's view here?
The presenter view.
That's what I was thinking. Okay. I'm just gonna undo my big monitor and see if that, can you all still see? Let me try again. We're working through this, y'all. Technology. Okay, hopefully you can see the big screen. All right, I see a thumbs up. All right, so like I said, I oversee prevention training programs, and so we have a few that falls under that umbrella. The first one here is the Strengthening Families program. And with this program, it's where the family and the children come together and attend the program. So that's what kind of makes it unique, is because it's not just focused on the parents, it's not just focused on the kids, but the family as a whole unit. And so this program is recognized both nationally and internationally, which is really cool. It's evidence-based, trauma-informed. So everything we do in this program is going to be geared towards prevention of alcohol and drug use amongst youth and teens, enhance parenting skills, empathy, effective parenting styles, and to also help families to just strengthen their bond. So we start with what I call like the baby basics of just that parent-child positive interaction. And then we go from there to working on communication, decision-making skills, and then we end with parents, focusing on consequences and what that looks like. And so what makes this so effective is that we are looking at increasing those protective factors. So, what can we put around families, wrap around families to help them strengthen their bond, strengthen just moving from trying to meet their basic needs to really thriving in a nurturing environment. And so we're also trying to reduce some of those risk factors that lead to substance abuse, youth depression, and then things that interrupt families so that break them apart. Maybe they get involved with BCS, things like that. We're creating pro-social habits. So we are just having families sit down and do dinner together. For a lot of families, they don't make time to do that. And so this is new for them. During the program, they're able to sit down and have one-on-one time together at the end. So they're actually working on these skills while in program. So it's not like we're just saying, here are the skills, go home, good luck. But it's let's practice this while we're in program so that you all can feel comfortable with using the skills and make it work for the family. So some of those risk factors that we're looking at here is like youth aggressive behavior, family conflict, poor school performance. We're addressing drugs and alcohol issues there, what impacts families in a negative way, and how they can have positive management practices to address those. Some of the protective factors are peer pressure refusal skills, pro-social family values, family bonding, that parent-child relationship when it comes to effective communication, and things like that. Age-appropriate expectations are also one of those things that we work on with families. Sometimes they struggle, especially with our teenagers where they're in a role, a parental role, and so we're having the parents take some of those responsibilities back and set appropriate expectations. So this is offered, we typically do it in 12 weeks for our in-person classes, where again, both the parent and the child is coming to program. We also offer a virtual parenting course for parents who may not be able to do the full 12-week option. So this is a condensed version for them where they're still able to learn the skills that we teach in our in-person groups. And so let me go back for a second. The way that nurturing parenting is set up is that they come one day a week for 2 hours for the in-person class. They get a meal for the first 30 minutes, and then we break out into groups. So the kids go to their groups, the parents go to theirs for an hour, and then we come back together for family time to practice those skills. The next program that we have is the Nurturing Parenting Program. This is family-centered, trauma-informed, evidence-based, all that good stuff built in order to help reduce abusive, neglecting parenting practices. So this is just for parents where they're coming to the program one day a week in order to learn skills. This helps lower that recidivism of, child abuse, neglect, those negative parenting skills to help them learn more positive practices. What's really great about this is there's built-in assessments and evaluations, and so they're going to take an inventory at the beginning of the program and also at the end, and we can compare that or check in with them as we go along to make sure that they're really understanding the material and that they're making growth from beginning to end. And also if maybe there's a section of there that their numbers come back a little bit higher of a need, then we can really focus and work on that. Sorry, I have my kids at home half day. um, so there's five constructs. Yeah. There's five constructs that we go through in the program. And so it's that developmental, the parenting level and of empathy. I have my screen in the middle here, sorry. Belief in corporal punishment, those reversing that parent, child, family roles, and then the power and independence. And so all of these things in the assessment, this is what we're focusing on to see where they are when they come in, what level that they're at. And it tells us if they have a low, medium, or high risk in these 5 areas. So this program is also offered virtually and in person. It meets weekly and there's multiple class options. And so we even have Saturday classes that meet for 4 hours. So if parents really need like a quick kind of class to fit their schedule, we offer that. And then there's classes during the week that meet 1 day a week for 2 hours. So if they're interested, we can walk them through what those options are that fits their schedule. So that is all that I have. I didn't include here, we do also offer the Darkness to Light training, which is prevention of child sexual abuse. That is for adults. So if you all were interested in doing that for your staff or we can do it for any adult. So that's also an option and a great program. It's 2.5 hours. So if you're interested in that, please let me know. And I will stop sharing. And Jan, if you want to go next.
All right, I'll need to share too, so we'll see if I can do that.
While she's trying to get that set up, did anybody have questions about the training programs we offer?
Brittany, I was just curious, how do you get referrals? Are these court ordered classes that you guys are doing predominantly? And then where do you offer them?
So for the Strengthening Family, we offer an in-person group in Cheatham County and Montgomery County right now. That's not to say that we can't do it, anywhere. But it takes 5 people to run that. So a lot of times we have volunteers that will that I can train to run those groups. And then the nurturing parenting is mostly virtual. We do have partnerships with like Mending Hearts, the Next Door, things like that, where they can be enrolled into the class in person. But then on our website, if you want to, and I'll drop that link in the chat box for you all. But if you just go in there and hit make a referral, you can, those come directly to me for parenting education. And the same with Jan and Monique's programs, they go to them as well. So we will share that link for you all. And you all can make the referral for a family or they can do a self-referral. So either way, it's fine.
Okay, thank you so much. And just as a reminder, I'm sure you all know this, we as CASA, we're not permitted to make a referral, but we could encourage our families to make a referral, kind of assist them with that. So thank you.
Right. Oh, I think I've got the same problem she did. Hang on just a minute. Y'all just see the presenter side, right? So- Okay, give me just one moment.
I just unplugged my second screen, Jan. if that makes it easier.
I might have to if this continues. Well, give me one more minute.
Jan, if it's helpful, it's really not bad the way it is. I mean, we can see
Okay.
it, so.
Okay, then let's just do that. Let's back up one and, okay, so within Tennessee Voices, like Brittany mentioned and Monique has mentioned, there are multiple programs. I think we're around 25 different programs. And so I just am program manager of 2. And so those are the 2 I'm sharing. And so Connecting Forward is a program that looks at these 5 primary areas of support: mental health support, workforce development, educational advocacy, family support, and family planning. Also, you see it's smaller print down at the bottom, because if you say the word housing in today's world, then you know everyone just jumps on that. If they're receiving one or 2 of those 5 things mentioned, then we can also support housing, substance abuse recovery, basic food and clothing needs, and then some other areas. How is Connecting Forward different? We are using a partner collaboration, and we have weekly care coordination with a family support specialist that meets with the family. So by partner collaboration, this is what I'm talking about. Tennessee Voices is working with Neighborhood Health, Nashville Rescue Mission, Goodwill, Family and Children's Services, Catholic Charities, A Step Ahead, Community Clinic of Shelbyville and Bedford County, Thistle Farms, the Salvation Army, Tennessee College of Applied Technology, and the Contributor. So we are all working together. We're actually sharing a database for our clients to prove that working together with partners is beneficial for these clients. I'm not going to go through the whole resource link there, but I did want to show you, these are the 28 counties that we're serving within this program. So we're over here all the way to the river, from Stewart all the way down to Wayne, and then we go as far east as Sequatchie. The goal of Connecting Forward is to help low-income families achieve economic independence and family stability through a no wrong door collaborative, comprehensive care coordination model. That's with all these nonprofits coming together to provide case management, workforce development, therapy, and evidence-based interventions with wraparound support. So the process that happens here is the family is referred to the Connecting Forward program. They're assigned a family support specialist. That family support specialist contacts the family within 24 hours of the referral. And then the first visit, which is always in person, is within 3 to 5 days of the initial contact. We now have, and I probably need to add it in here, we now have an intake coordinator. So it's typically the intake coordinator that is contacting the family first, getting the first bit of paperwork up and going, and then the family support specialist meets with the family within 3 to 5 days after that. There are weekly in-person or telehealth visits, whichever the family prefers, and there's no time limit for this program. A few things that we do is we help them navigate through their home, school, court experiences. I've already mentioned educational advocacy, just like Brittany's programs, because I think all of Tennessee Voices programs are trauma-informed. So we offer the trauma-informed care approach, the weekly visits, we link them with resources, and we help them to achieve their goals. And the last thing I want to cover about this program is who's eligible. At this point, they need to be a Tennessee resident in one of those 28 counties that I shared with you. There needs to be a child in the home. It can be a foster child or non-relative. It also, if they have custody of the child, but perhaps they're working on reunification, we can also do that. At this very moment, U.S. citizen is for the primary client, although there's chatter as of this week that may have a little bit of leeway coming up. And then the family must be at least one of the following. They must meet one of the following: eligible for TennCare, Families First, or SNAP, no income or unemployed, eligible for Section 8 public housing or homeless, and then eligible for free or reduced school lunch.
Just a quick
And-
question about this.
Yes.
For the child in the home portion of eligibility, if our kiddos are working toward reunification with their parents, but their parents are still struggling with financial and housing instability, is that something y'all could help with, or would it go to someone else until they start to look at reunification and doing like
No.
unsupervised visits and a home visit?
If they can, if the reunification plan can be shared with us, where we see that those are barriers that we can help with to help them with reunification, then yes, we can take that case. Like they can come in, and our family support specialist helps make sure they're enrolled in like some of the things Brittany was saying, like with parenting classes. Sometimes that's something that has to happen, or housing has to be established first. Therapy needs to be going. Then those are the different things. This is how you
Thank you.
can, yeah, absolutely. We have had lots of cases lately where reunification was the goal and they reached the goal. And so it's been real exciting to, like we've helped them engage in the parenting classes, and then they were able to, check that box off. And then we were able to help, provide them with resources to, for whatever they needed, like to establish that home. Once they got housing, maybe they needed furniture and that kind of thing. And we were able to help with that. The other program that I was going to talk about, which I don't know if I'll pull up the whole PowerPoint here. Let's see if I can do it. I just wanted to hit a couple of things with it. Can you see it? Can you see fast? No. Okay. Hang on 1 second. Let's see what I'm.
We can see it now, Jan.
The FAST. Okay. So on FAST, and I'm sorry, it's for whatever reason on here, on my side, it's not showing. Oh. Is there a question in the chat while I'm doing this? I saw something pop up, so I don't want to waste time if we're trying to.
No, I had just dropped the link to the referral page on our website.
Perfect. Let me stop sharing, since I'm having some technical difficulties here, and go about it this way. Okay, the other program that I'm the program manager over is FAST, and that is Family and Adult Solution Treatment. It's in Connecting Forward, the client was typically the adult. In FAST, the client is typically the youth. Is a good way to keep the two straight. FAST is designed to be a temporary intervention to increase the opportunity for stabilization within the family. We're assisting the youth and families with accessing and navigating needed services. And the family support specialist meets with the family every other week in person and the other week by phone call. Referrals to outside services are made only when the youth and parent have given their prior written consent. You know, so if they want additional services, then we can help with that. You know, again, we offer the trauma-informed care. Who's eligible for FAST are children, youth, and families. There's no cost for this program. Services are provided in selected counties in Middle and East Tennessee, but we have expanded that quite a bit. So if they're in Middle Tennessee and even in East Tennessee, there's a good chance that we will service them. It's just some of the time it can only be done virtually depending on their location. And then again, you know, what's huge about FAST is the system navigation. We're helping them again with educational advocacy. We're in the homes, we're in the schools, and we can even go with them in court, you know, to help navigate those systems. We're trying to connect them to resources and really help the family achieve their goals, whatever they may be. And I'll put both, or if Brittany's already done the Tennessee Voices one, you know, but I can put both these referrals in the chat as well. Do y'all have any questions about this while Monique is going to be up and running with hopefully better success than my last one?
Jan, what would be an example of some of the services? Is it primarily with the FAST? Is it primarily education, navigation, or what would be other services you're helping the youth to access?
Education's huge as far as, you know, we help up. Let me make sure. Okay, there she goes. Educational advocacy is huge. We do help make sure 504s and IEPs are in place, those kind of things. Juvenile court, we've gotten quite a few referrals from juvenile court where maybe they have made a bad decision on either a threat they made to someone at school or bringing a weapon to an event they shouldn't have brought it to. If it's their first offense and they're like in detention and then coming out, and just helping them navigate that whole process of working with the probation officer and things to expect doing that, and helping the family understand, you know, the seriousness of it, but then also understanding that there's hope beyond this.
That's awesome. Thanks so much.
Yeah. Oh, we also do a lot of truancy things. I meant to say that. Like, we also help in a lot of things with truancy. Like, we hear a lot from MSAC. Okay, Monique, sorry.
Hey,
No. Oh, somebody else had a question for Jan?
I was just gonna say in the chat box, Jan, it says, must a parent be over 18 to qualify for program assistance?
It says that what? Say that one more time.
Does a parent have to be over 18 to qualify for program assistance?
We could talk about it. We could talk about what's who it's for. They would need to have a child involved in the system of some sort. So, but not the parent themselves don't necessarily have to be over that. Yes, okay. So yes, we probably could help out with something like that.
Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yes,
Okay,
yes, yeah.
we're gonna see how this goes. All righty. So the two programs that I'm going to talk about are in the Nashville area. The first one is Family Connection. And there we go. So Family Connection. Wow, a whole bunch of, okay. So Family Connection is a program that is strength-based, family-driven. Right now, these services are offered to families who have open Department of Children's Services cases in Davidson and Rutherford County. The beauty of this program is, I like to say, you get 2 for 1, right? So you get a certified family support specialist and a youth and family therapist that work with the youth and the parent, because we know that for true change, everybody in the family needs to be getting support, right? So we have that youth and family therapist who's going to see that family, that youth, once a week to do therapy services. And then we have that certified family support specialist who is going to see that parent once a week. With that family support specialist would come things of, they could do basic parenting tools, psychoeducation. They're able to assist with resources. They are able to help families with the school system, of course, with the Department of Children's Services. So they get both of those. These services are free. Let's see, kind of talked about that. All right, so the children and the areas that we serve, I already kind of told you a little bit. We serve Davidson and Rutherford through this particular program. The children that we serve are 3 to 18. Children may have a diagnosis of major mental health illness or some serious behavioral problems that may be happening at home, school, or in the community. Children that can be transitioned to a less intensive placement. Many times we'll get teenagers who may be in a more intensive services, and this can be used as a step down in order to bring them home if they're in residential placement. So this also serves those children as well. All right, so the next program that I'm going to talk about kind of goes closely with some of the things that Brittany was speaking on, which is parenting classes. So Teen Connect is a parenting class that is specifically for parents of teenagers, okay? Which I believe is unique. Most parenting classes kind of go across the board. With Teen Connect, it is, again, specifically for those parents of teen. There are 10 sessions. They're about an hour and a half. We use discussions and role plays. It's evidence-based, trauma-informed, attachment-based. It's designed to make that shift where the parent understands the teen's behaviors. What I love most about Teen Connect is most people hear role plays and they think, oh, we're going to do these cute little plays where at the end, the kid is going to be like, I love you, mom. And the mom's going to be like, and I love you too, Bob. Well, that's not how these go. These role plays are pulled in from actual things that families have experienced. So you'll see there'll be cursing, there'll be door slamming, I hate yous, the whole 9 yards. And what we like to do is show a very aggressive parent, a very passive parent, and then somewhere in the middle. But what I will say is this, there is never going to be a Hollywood ending with our role plays, because guess what? Life is not a Hollywood ending. And we don't want to give parents the perception that if they take our class, they're going to go home and they're going to have this Hollywood Cosby moment, because that's probably not the case. All right, so what parents benefit from Teen Connect? Parents of adolescents with significant behavior problems, including aggression, conduct issues, substance abuse, and serious mental health conditions. These are the parents that we can support. Connect also targets parents of children that are 12 to 18, parents who are at risk of going into DCS custody. That's our, those are our gravy. We want to catch those kids and catch those parents before the children have actually gone into custody. We want to be able to provide parents with that support, those tools that allow them to be able to manage some of those behaviors in the home. So making a referral to either program, you can do those online. We typically contact families once we receive a referral. For Family Connections, it's within 24 hours. We typically have a caseload of 14 to 16 per team. With the Teen Connect program, the reason that we have about an 85% completion rate for Teen Connect. And the reason that it is so high is because we start reaching out to parents immediately. So as soon as we get a referral, kind of the same with our with Family Connections, we call that parent and talk to them. We let them share their story with us. And then after we get them to commit to the class, which we do them in person and virtual, we're doing more virtual right now. But when we're doing them in person, we provide a meal for them. If they need childcare or feel more comfortable bringing their teen, there's someone there to support them. We also will provide transportation by Uber or Lyft. So we ensure we're hitting all those barriers to make sure that families can attend our classes. Again, like I said, right now we're primarily doing them virtually. One of the other things that we do is every week we call them and give them a reminder and or send them a text message reminder along with an email reminder. That may seem like a lot of reminders, right? But they're busy. They have lots of balls in the air. And so we want to ensure that they don't let this thing fall off the radar, especially if it has been court ordered or mandated. We want to ensure them the most success. And by us being available and ensuring that they're hearing from us and keeping us in the front of their minds by those text messages and those emails, that ensures that they're going to show up. All righty. I know I went over that quickly, but does anybody have any questions?
I have a quick question. How often do you do the Parent Connect classes? And what capacity, like how many, I guess?
Yes. So we typically are running about 4 a month at any time. What we also have learned, or what we're doing, is we'll run 2 in the day, 2 daytime classes and 2 evening classes. That way, again, we're hitting those parents from every angle. So we may have a 10 o'clock class and a 1 o'clock class and then a 5 o'clock class and a 6 o'clock class. They're on different days, but that again allows us to be able to do our best at hitting people wherever they may be.
Awesome. Thank you.
Anything else? Well, I must have did great since y'all didn't have any questions for me. I'm just kidding. Well, again, Brittany has dropped in the chat how to make a referral. And you're more than welcome to send that information over to parents. Both of these programs are funded through the Department of Children's Services, just so that you know. Most of the parents, no, all of the parents that we serve have had some type of interaction with the Department of Children's Services or the juvenile justice system. So I know that juvenile justice system, those are y'all people, right? So we would be more than happy for you all to send us those referrals. And I know you all can't, but you are more than welcome to ask a parent to go onto our website and just put that information in, and then we'll contact them from there. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Monique. And I guess too, we could always just ask the FSW that we're working with on the case, the DCS worker, to make a referral. That way would be another option, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Awesome.
And a
How
guardian,
Go ahead.
I was going to ask if guardian ad litems could put those in as well.
For the Teen Connect class, yes. For the Family Connection, no.
Okay.
have to be somebody from DCS.
Okay.
But if you have their information, we absolutely do not mind following up with DCS to find, to reach out to their worker and say, hey, their guardian ad litem reached out to us, blah, blah, blah. Here's the forms, fill these out.
Perfect.
And I was gonna add, a lot of times, parenting classes are on perm plans, if I could talk. But parents just don't know that we offer them for free. So a lot of time they're scrambling, trying to figure out, where to go. So, you can share with them that our services are for free. They can join the classes. For mine, it goes all the way 0 to 18, and then Monique's, I think you said 3 to 18. So we're able to serve, parents at all ages with one of our programs. And so just let them know that, because I know that they, parents struggle with that, especially since about 90% of, people that I've seen is like, it's on my perm plan. And so we want to help support them in that and check that box so that they can continue to move forward.
Does anybody else have any questions for any of the programs? No. I just so appreciate your time. I can think of several like cases that I'm kind of on my caseload that could benefit. So I think, a lot of the FSWs we work with don't have the hours in the day to like make themselves aware of all these resources. So I think you're right. Like when we're sitting in on a CFTM, it's a great opportunity for us to kind of be able to jump in and say, what about Tennessee Voices? So I really, really appreciate your time. And I am going to go ahead and end this recording. But do y'all have any, well, hold on. I can't multitask. I'm going to stop